Okay, so here what you are observing, so when we have the conductors, so charge carriers we will taken as a free electrons, so these free electrons are in a state of motion. So why they are in a state of motion, in the sense due to the thermal velocity they are in a state of motion, but the thing is before applying any electric field they are having a random direction because they don't have a particular direction for any electron here. So ಯಾವುದೇ electron ಗೆ ಏನಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು particular direction ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So this is before applying any external field here. Now what you are observing, we will apply the external field. So if I apply external field to this, what happens? So now this is you are going to apply external electric field. So this is on applying external electric field here. So on applying external electric field, so if you are going to apply the external electric field, what are the changes you are supposed to observe? So now before applying external electric field, what happens here? They are all in the state of random direction. So ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು particular direction ಇಲ್ಲ. So if you are going to observe random direction here, I will assume so this is a particular direction here. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು particular direction ಅನ್ನು consideration ಮಾಡು. The average of all the positive charges, so from this point what you are observing here, average of, so you are going to observe average of all positive charges here. So this is average of all positive charges, and in this direction I will consider average of all negative charges here. So you are going to observe average of all negative charges, and this is average of all positive charges. Now we can see these two are in the opposite direction. Now we can say net charge is 0. So when we have net charge is 0, the reason is average of all the positive charges is exactly opposite of average of all negative charges. ಯಾಕೆ average consider ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಲಿ ಒಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ಐನೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್. So in that one you are going to observe what is the average value. ಯಾಕೆ average consider ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so in this particular direction ಈ ಒಂದು particular direction ಒಳಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು particular direction ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು electrons particular direction ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So again they are always in the random direction. That is the reason we will consider average of all positive charges is exactly cancelled by average of all negative charges. That is the reason net charge before applying electric field is 0. So if you are going to observe net charge is 0, what happens? No flow of charges takes place. So no flow of charges takes place, hence what you are observing here, electric current is 0. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ 0 ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ 0 ಆದಾಗ no flow of charges ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. when we don't have any flow of charges here, you are going to say electric current is 0. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ electric current is flow of net charges during certain interval of time here. So that is the reason you are going to observe before applying any external electric field net charge is 0. So before applying net charge was 0 here. So ಯಾವುದು net charge ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 0 ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So net charge is 0 before applying external electric field. So before external electric field. So this is what you are observing. Now what you are applying here, so ಈಗ ಒಂದು external electric field ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ external electric field ನ ನೀವು ಈ ರೀತಿ continuous flow of charge ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So this is what you are observing, continuous flow of charges. So continuous flow of charges ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ so we are observing high potential here. So this is high potential. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲೋ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಹೈ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ದಿಂದ ಲೋ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ವೆನೆವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೇನು, So I will consider one more example like this. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು external source ಅನ್ನು apply ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, but I will make this end as a all positive end. So I will make this end as positive end and I will make this as a negative end here. So ಒಂದು negative ಒಂದು plate ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಒಂದು positive plate ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು negative end ಅದ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು completely negative end ಅದ, ಇದು completely positive end ಅದ. So these two are connected by a gap like this. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಯಾವುದು external ಬ್ಯಾಟರಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅದ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅದ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಈ ಎಂಡ್ ದಿಂದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, net charge becomes as a 0 here. So net charge ಮತ್ತೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಂದ್ರೆ net charge ನಮಗೆ 0 ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, net charge 0 ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ continuous flow of charges that should takes place there. So continuous flow of charges that should takes place there. So when you are going to observe continuous flow of charges that only gives, so ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so continuous flow of charges ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ continuous flow of net charges takes place. So continuous flow of net charges takes place here. So ಯಾವಾಗ charges continuous ಆಗಿ flow ಆಗಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, so you are going to observe continuous flow of charges leads to the which quantity here, continuous current here. So continuous current ಅನ್ನ ಇರೋದನ್ನು observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So before applying electric field, net charge is 0. Now when we apply the electric field, net charge is not 0 quantity but a neutralization ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ 0 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಾರ್ದೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ 0 ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ net charge is not 0 quantity, what happens to this free electron? So what happens to this free electron? So that you are going to discuss here. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನಮ್ದು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, 0 ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ 0. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ 0 ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 0 ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್? ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, 0 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ನಾನ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ, ನೌ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಸೊ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ನೌ ವಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, if you are going to observe free electron, so this free electron experiences a certain amount of force. So one day free electron consider modern. So this free electron experiences a force and this electron also experiences a force and this electron also experiences force like this. Each electron, so each electron experiences a force due to the external electric field. ಈ equation already ನಾವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ. So force experienced by unit positive charge E is equal to F divided by Q in the first chapters. ಅದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ use ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So each electron experiences a certain amount of force. That what happens, so because of this force what happens here, flow of charges takes place. So flow of charges takes place in the opposite direction of electric field here. So flow of charges takes place in the opposite. Oh. So in the previous we have discussing about what are the electric current in the conductors. So when we have the electric current here, so you are going to discuss in the form of before applying external electric field. So when we apply the external electric field, what happens to this conductor? So that what you are observing. So when we apply the external electric field like this, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ apply ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವೀಗ source of potential use ಮಾಡಿರಿ. A source of potential ಇಂದ so you are going to observe external electric field for this one. So when we apply external electric field for this one, net charge is not zero quantity. The first fact the first factor what you are observing here, net charge is not zero quantity. Why it is not a zero quantity? What is the reason? The reason is all the electrons they are moving in a same direction. So because of this same direction what you are going to observe, net charge is not remaining as a zero quantity. So why it is going to become in the same direction? Again what is the reason? ಯಾಕೆ net charge non zero ಇರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ electrons same direction movement ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ electrons same direction movement agutandra, so the reason is force experienced by. So here what happens, so force experienced by each electron here. So each individual electron experiences a certain amount of force. Due to this certain amount of force what you are going to observe, all the electrons are in the same direction. So because of this all electrons in the same direction, net charge is remaining as a non-zero quantity. So this is what you are going to observe, force experienced by individual charges. ಒಂದೊಂದೇ electron ಅನ್ನು ಒಂದು individual force ಅನ್ನು experience ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. For example, if this is a first electron, this will take a force experienced by F1 here. If this is the second electron, let us assume the force experienced by this one is F2 here. Similarly here this is F3, F4, like this individual electron or else each electron experiences an individual amount of forces here. That what you are observing, force experienced by each electron. So this is what we are going to observe in the form of electric current in the conductors. So what you are going to observe, if we apply external force or external electric field, what happens to the free electrons, that we discussed as electric current in conductors. So after getting this electric current in conductors, now you are going to discuss about what is the meaning of drift velocity. So what is the meaning of drift velocity? Thereafter you are going to observe what is the meaning of relaxation time. So what is the meaning of relaxation time here? So now what is the meaning of drift velocity? So in order to understand this phenomena, again I am going to consider a conductor like this. If again what you are observing, a conductor like this, so when we apply external electric field like this, yavaga on the external electric field and apply ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So from this external electric field, so this is the direction of what you are observing, external electric field from end A to end B. So this is from end A to end B, you are going to observe a direction of external electric field. So this is direction of electric field here. So this is what you are observing. So from end A to end B, you are going to observe a direction of electric field. So because of this external electric field, what happens? If I consider this is one of the free electrons. So let us assume this is the first free electron and assume this is a second free electron. Similarly, you can observe this is a third one as well as a fourth electron like this. So now individual electron experiences a certain amount of force here. So when we have individual electron, so this is given by minus E into capital E. So E represents, so what is the meaning of this one? Small e represents, so this is a charge of an electron here. So charge of a free electron, whereas capital E represents electric field. So capital E represents electric field here. So due to this force, what happens? The free electron is having a certain amount of velocity. So previously free electron enito, so this previously what you are observing, this is in a state of rest. So this state is converting into the state of motion. Why it is going to convert in the form of motion? The reason is here, so force experienced by individual electron here. So because of this force experienced by individual electron, this will come into a state of motion from the state of rest. So when it comes into the state of motion, it will have a certain amount of velocity. So it will have a certain amount of velocity. So this certain amount of velocity, what you are observing, that itself is called as a drift velocity. So that itself you are going to call as a drift velocity. So then how you are going to define this one? How you are going to define? It is defined as, so now you are going to define, it is defined as average velocities. So you are going to observe average velocity. So it is not an individual velocity. The reason is, I have stated already, first electron experiences a force of F1 and the second electron experiences a force of F2. Similarly, the third electron experiences a force of F3, like this. So the reason is, individual electron experiences individual amount of force here. So because of that reason, what you are observing here, so individual electron has individual velocity. So first electron is having a velocity of v1 here, and the second electron is having a velocity of v2 here, and similarly third electron, that is given by a v3 velocity. Similarly we have n number of molecules, so n number of atoms or else n number of free electrons. So due to this n number of free electrons, you are going to observe n number of drift velocity or else n number of velocities of individual free electrons. So this is, it means andre no, first electron ige force experience ಆಗಿರೋದು F1 ಅದ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು F1 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, v1 ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ experiences a second force, that is given by F2, and because of this second force, it is having a velocity v2 here. Similarly, we can observe for the different amount of free electrons. So that is the reason, if I want to calculate total amount of velocity, you are going to consider average velocities. You are going to observe average velocities here. So average velocities of, so now you are going to observe average velocities of, the consideration madiri, so average velocity of free electrons, because you are going to observe regarding free electrons. So these free electrons ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, force experience ಆಗಿತ್ತು. So free electrons, so this is what you are observing, average velocities of free electrons which experiences, so this is which experiences force. So which experiences force ಯಾವ direction ಒಳಗೆ, so in the opposite direction of, so in the opposite direction of, so opposite direction of external electric field here. So this is what you are observing, in the opposite direction of external electric field here. So this quantity what you are going to observe as a drift velocity. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, so this is what you are observing, drifting. So this process we observe as a drifting process here. So drift ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿನ ಗೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, it is always average velocity of all free electrons which experiences force in the opposite direction of external electric field. So this is regarding a drift velocity. So after getting this drift velocity, now you are going to move towards what is the meaning of relaxation time. So in order to understand relaxation time, we have to understand certain phenomena before this one. So now let us assume again you are going to observe this as a conductor. So in this one, what you are observing, let us assume this is one of the free electron and this is the second free electron, and here this is the third free electron, like this. So if I observe, this is the atom. So ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, atom ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಆ atom ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, this is a valence electron here. So this is valence electron. Now this valence electron is called as a free electrons. The reason is this valence electron may move to the second atom like this. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ valence electron ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, second atom ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು valence shell ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. Next, so now again it will move to the third atom in the valence shells only, like this. ಅಂದ್ರೆ outermost orbit ಏನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, outermost orbit ಒಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಒಂದು valence electron first atom ದಿಂದ second atom ಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. Next, again from second atom it will shift into the third atom like this. So like this, what you are observing, individual free electron, it will move for the different amount of atoms. So that is the reason what we call as it is not having a particular atom. So this is not fixed for the particular atoms here. That is the reason we call valence electrons as a free electrons. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು valence electrons ಅನ್ನ free electrons ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. No particular restricted atoms here. So now this is what you are observing. While it is moving from first atom to the second atom, it may collide with again one of the valence electron. So the first what you are observing, the valence electron or else the free electron which is corresponding to the first atom, while it is shifting into the second atom, it may collide with the valence electron in the second atom. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅದ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. Next, so if it is colliding with the free electrons themselves, again the possibility. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇದು ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಅ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಆಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ stable condition, so it will keep on vibrating here. So that is the reason we call as a vibrating ions takes place. So this is vibrating ion takes place here. So it means, so this free electron make a collision with, so this is what you are observing, collide with, so collide with electrons as well as a vibrating ions here. So vibrating ions ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ vibrating ions ಜೊತೆಗೂನು ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, so it will collide with vibrating ions as well as electrons here. So that's the reason these are the two possibilities what you are observing. The first possibility, the first free electron may collide with the another free electron, and the second possibility is that it may collide with the vibrating ions also. So these are the two collisions takes place when you are going to observe electric current through the conductors. So when we observe electric current through the conductors, you are going to observe the two phenomena. So based on these two phenomena, you are going to define what is the meaning of relaxation time. Sangantandre relaxation time antandre innonu. So this is a first electron or else one of the free electron. It will collide with the another free electron. So when it is colliding with the another free electron, what is the amount of time taken? So what is the amount of time taken, or else what is the interval of time here? So what is the interval of time? So this is interval of time to make what? Successive collisions. Two successive collisions. So two successive ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಷ್ಟರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತಾ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತಾ ಅದನ್ನೊಂದನ್ನೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಟೂ ಸಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಕೊಲಿಜನ್ಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಟೂ ಸಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಕೊಲಿಜನ್ಸ್. ಎದರ ನಡುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು? ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ interval of time to take two successive collision between what? Between two electrons, between either two electrons or electron with vibrating ions here. So electron ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು? ವೈಬ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈ ಒಂದು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ and this is the second electron. So first electron ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೈಬ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು? ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಸೊ ಟೂ ಸಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ collisions between either two electrons or electron with the vibrating ions. What you are observing here, that is called as a relaxation time. So this is what you are observing as a relaxation time here. So now drift velocity, what you are observing, that is denoted by, so drift velocity as well as relaxation time, what you are observing here, that is denoted by, so drift velocity adar denotation kodtiri. So this is a Vd here. So drift velocity is denoted by Vd and the relaxation time is denoted by a tau. So relaxation time is denoted by a tau value. So tau antandre, so this is not a t here, we have to make a symbol like this is a tau. This is called as a tau here. So relaxation time is denoted by a tau value. And one more is, what is the direction of this drift velocity? So direction is always, remember, this is always opposite to external electric field. So what is the direction in the sense? Opposite to external electric field. So external electric field ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ opposite direction ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? drift velocity ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Next, so relaxation time, again remember, this is a collision between two electrons or else electron as well as vibrating ions. So after getting these two terms, now you are going to discuss what is the expression for this drift velocity. So you are going to discuss expression for drift velocity. So what is the expression? What is the magnitude representation? So adana yav riti representation ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೋಡಿ. So expression for drift velocity. So in order to understand, again I am going to consider a conductor here. So this conductor, what you are observing, it is having a particular length of L1. So now this is, you are going to consider a conductor. So this conductor you are going to observe, it is having a particular length of, so L in the sense what you are observing, a length of a conductor, and one more what you are observing here. So A in the sense what you are observing here, area of a conductor. So this is area of a conductor. So this is having particular length and this is having particular area here. So now you are going to consider what is the expression for drift velocity. So you have to calculate what is the expression for a drift velocity. So in order to understand, before going to apply external electric field, so before going to apply, so let us assume before applying external electric field, so before applying external electric field, what are the situations we already observed. So ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು observe ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, so ಈ electrons ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, particular direction ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, so they don't have a particular specific direction. That is the reason we call as they are in a random direction. So ಅದನ್ನ already discuss ಮಾಡಿವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ random direction ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಏನು observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, net charge ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, so net charge is 0. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ random direction ಅದ. So random direction ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ net charge 0 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. net charge 0 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ now we can say all electrons will be assumed in this what you are observing, all electrons are assumed to be rest here. Remember, they are not in a rest because they have a thermal velocity. So they have a thermal velocity. Even though they have a thermal velocity, when we have net charge as 0, we will assume all electrons are in the state of rest only. So it means initial velocity of all electrons. So initial velocity of all free electrons is taken as 0. So is 0 here. So initial velocity of all free electrons is 0. It means U is equal to 0. So you are going to observe U value is going to become as 0. So remember why we are going to observe, even though they are moving, remember even though they are moving, we will assume all the electrons are in a state of rest. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗದಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಬಂದದ, ನಮಗಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಬಂದದ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 0 ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, even though we have a thermal velocity, we will assume initial velocity of all these free electrons is a 0 quantity. So if you are going to observe, all the electrons are in the state of 0. So before applying, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಡಿ. So this is before applying external electric field here. Now we will shift into the application of the external electric field. ಈಗ ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಇದೇ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ amount of external electric field within the conductor. So ಈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, so it experiences force. Due to experiences of force, all the electrons appears to be in the same direction. So all the electrons will move towards a particular direction. Yavaga, before applying external electric field, they are in a random direction. When we apply the external electric field, they are in the particular direction. So when we are observing these are in the particular direction, so here amount of force experienced, so amount of force experienced is opposite to the external electric field here. So this is always opposite to the external electric field, so that we can write, so F is equal to minus E into capital E. So this is force experienced by ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಆನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, all will appear in the same direction, all appear in the same direction in the sense force experienced by individual electron is given by F is equal to minus E into capital E. So this is what you are going to observe before going to make an expression for a drift velocity. So before going to make an expression, in the sense we will consider according to kinematic equation. So V is equal to U plus A into T. So this is the first kinematic equation already discussed module. So in that one I will consider drift velocity as a final velocity, because all the electrons initially in the state of rest here, now all the electrons they are capable of moving due to the force experience. That is the reason we have taken all the individual electrons velocity is 0. So initially in observe madidre, so vector u, so vector u1 plus vector u2 plus vector u3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, individual electron ಅದ್ದು ಒಂದೊಂದು electron ಅದ initial velocity ಈ ರೀತಿ observe ಮಾಡಿದೆ up to the last nth electron also. So here all will appears as a 0. So vector u, so this is a combination of all. You are going to observe this value as 0 due to the random direction. So due to the random direction you are going to observe all the initial velocity of electrons will be assumed as 0. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನೆಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಿತ್ತು, even though they are moving here, even though they are moving we will assume as a rest condition. Next, so plus what you are observing here, you are going to observe, so this is a mean, so mean velocity mean acceleration of individual electron. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಗೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು average acceleration ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So this is mean in the sense average multiplied by, again you are going to consider tau here. So T in the sense what you are observing, tau in the sense a relaxation time between two electrons collision, or else between electron as well as vibrating ions here. So now Vd, so Vd is equal to what we are observing, A mean, so A mean into multiplied by a tau value, but A mean is given by, so force experienced by individual electrons, that is given by, so force, net force, so E net F net divided by, so mass of individual electrons, so mass of electron here. So already from this equation we have F net force is E multiplied by capital E divided by m value. So this is A mean. So it means what? So average acceleration. So average acceleration is given by, so A is equal to minus E into capital E divided by m value. So that I will substitute in this equation. So when we substitute in this equation, you are going to observe the equation is given by, so Vd is equal to, so Vd is equal to what we have, so minus E into capital E. So this is replaced here. So E A mean in observe ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಅದನ್ನ replace ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆದು, so multiplied by you are going to observe tau value divided by, so m value. So because this is from the equation A is equal to F divided by m. So F in the sense, because F is what it is, minus E into capital E. So now the equation totally what you are observing here, that is given by, so Vd is equal to, so Vd is equal to minus E into capital E tau divided by m value. So if I want to calculate only the magnitude, so negative represents what, so negative in representation ಮಾಡುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, so drift velocity, so drift velocity is always opposite to, so drift velocity is always opposite to electric field here. So electric field ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ opposite direction ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು observe ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, drift velocity ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, so notation what you are observing here, minus. So now if you are going to consider only the magnitude, we can write, so E into capital E tau divided by m value. So this is the expression for drift velocity, or else this is the expression for magnitude of the drift velocity. Now, so after getting this expression for drift velocity, now you are going to move towards what is meant by mobility. So what is meant by mobility here? Okay, so here you are going to discuss now what is the meaning of mobility. So mobility here it is denoted by mu. So mobility is denoted by mu here. So what is the definition? It is defined as a ratio of drift velocity. So it is defined as a ratio of drift velocity. So this is drift velocity to the applied. So to the applied external electric field. To the applied external electric field. Yes, external electric field ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ external electric field constant ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this is to the applied external electric field. So ratio of drift velocity to the external electric field, which is given by mu is equal to Vd divided by E value. So what is the representation? What is the meaning for this one here? The meaning is what it is going to represent in the science. It always represents. So it always represents. So in representation ಮಾಡುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, so it always represents magnitude of. So it always represents magnitude of drift velocities. So magnitude of drift velocity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಏನಂದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್, ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು represent in the form of magnitude of the drift velocity in the form of mobility here. So mobility, remember, it represents always magnitude of the drift velocity for a given amount of external electric field. ಎಷ್ಟು amount of on the external electric field ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು amount of external field ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು amount of drift velocity generate ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. So this is given by mobility here. Okay. So after getting this drift velocity, now you are going to move towards what is the relationship between. So you are going to discuss about a relationship between a drift velocity as well as drift velocity as well as electric current here. So you are going to discuss about what is the expression for a relationship between a drift velocity as well as electric current. So drift velocity is denoted by a capital Vd and electric current is denoted by a capital I here. So what is the relationship between these two quantities? So in order to understand this one, again I am going to consider a conductor here. Now this conductor, what you are observing, so L is having a particular length. So L represents a length of a conductor here. So L represents length of a conductor, and so let us assume A represents area of a conductor here. So this is A represents what? Area of a conductor. So now a relationship between, so you are going to identify a relationship between drift velocity as well as electric currents. In order to understand this one, let us assume this is end A. So you are going to observe end A here, and let us assume this will be taken as end B. Before going to consider how you are going to define amount of electric current through a conductor here. So ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ electric current ಅನ್ನು define ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು? So electric current is defined as flow of net charges. So flow of net charges during certain interval of time. So this is a total interval of time will be taken as a T bar. So it means you are going to observe electric current is defined as flow of net charges during certain interval of time through a particular conductor, in perpendicular direction. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ Q represents a flow of net charges. So Q represents a flow of net charges. So after getting this flow of net charges, here you are going to observe interval of time. So you are going to observe this as interval of time here. So let us assume this will be taken as equation number 1. So ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು relation ಅನ್ನು identification ಮಾಡಾತೀವಿ. So flow of net charges from end A to the end B. ಈಗ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ? So we are going to apply external source of potential. So if I apply external source of potential, here V represents potential difference. So V represents what it is, a potential difference across athwa between ends of a conductor. So between ends of a conductor. So you are going to observe like this. So ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ observe ಮಾಡಿರಿ? So here if I apply a source of potential like this, what happens? Here this is going to become higher potential and here negative term becomes as a lower potential. So when we have the higher potential denoted by positive terminal of a battery and a low potential denoted by a negative terminal of a battery, here what happens, due to these two differences of higher potential as well as a lower potential, there exists potential difference. So there exists potential difference between the ends of a conductors, between ends of a conductor here. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಈ ಎಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೈಯರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಂಡ್ ಎ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಎಂಡ್ ಎ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಪ್ at the end A and higher potential is set up at the end B. So due to higher potential as well as a lower potential between B end as well as A end, there is a potential difference existent. So that is denoted by a V value. So now if you are going to observe, this is a V value. Now we can write, so E is equal to, so E is equal to V divided by L value. So because from the equation what you are considering, E is equal to minus dV divided by dr. Andreno, a particular velocity, so particular potential difference for a particular difference amount of length. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು length L observe ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಹೈಯರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಲೋವರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರ ಎರಡರ ನಡುವೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ dr. So that is given by dr. The same equation you are going to represent, that is given by E is equal to V divided by L value. So now what we have to identify, ಸಂಗಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಎ ದಿಂದ ಎಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡದ, ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡೂ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ.